Divine Touch Designs is just a brand that deals with African, or let me say, made in Cameroon products. We produce African attires, we produce beaded accessories and home decorations. We produce Ankara accessories, yeah, like what I'm putting on now. So we produce clothes from them. We produce jewelry like earrings, bracelets, chains from the traditional fabric. We also produce cement flower pots from waste clothes like towels. In addition, we also do the tire chairs where we use waste tires. We use waste tires to produce stools, tables. In the course of production, there is a lot of waste that is dumped, and when those materials are dumped, they add to environmental pollution, so which is a major cause of the climate change that we have today. Yeah, so I would say that sustainable fashion is just the use of eco-friendly materials. Yeah, anything that is done to minimize pollution, to minimize the dumping of waste, and to conserve resources. There are fashion brands that do recycle materials. If we want to talk about the global scale, we have brands like Adidas. Adidas does recycling. We have brands like Lewis. Lewis does recycling. And in Cameroon, we have some fashion houses that do recycling. We have, there is the IEC fashion house that also recycles materials. And with Divine Touch, we also try to recycle as much as possible. This material is waste material that we got from a dress that was designed. And now we're using this fabric to do something else. We're going to use this to design a hairpiece so that we don't just dump it. This is leftover material that we got from this dress, and we're going to use this to design bracelets. You see how we have they have been sewn already. We're going to use to design bracelets like this one. This is a sample of a bracelet that is being done already, although it is not completed yet, but the finished product is going to be something like this. Here in Divine Touch, we try as much as possible to reduce the amount of material that is being dumped, because we know the consequences of those materials that are dumped. If we look at statistics, we see that for every 1 kilogram of fabric that is being dumped, when it decays, there is an equivalent 4 kilograms of carbon dioxide that is being emitted, and that is enough waste that degrades the environment. It is very important to buy dresses that last long. I would say that it's important to buy value instead of buying cost, because if we look at what is happening in our society today, there is a lot of buying of low cost dresses that are imported from other countries. Yeah, so I would say that it's important to buy value. We buy something that is valuable, that can last longer. And if you look at most of our designs, you see that we produce most of our designs from our local African materials. We have the wrapper, we have the velvet, which are very, very durable and last for a very long time. So it's important. When we use materials that are durable, you see that it also reduces the amount of materials that are dumped, because we can use them for a very long time, other than using clothes that we buy and after a very short time they are being dumped. or after a very short time, we don't want them anymore, we start looking for what to do with them. So when we use these durable materials, it also goes a long way to reduce environmental pollution. Taking care of clothes so that they last longer. People think that when we do machine wash, it's great, but there are some fabrics that are damaged by machine washing. Hand wash is better. We should not use harsh detergents on these fabrics. Yeah, the manner of ironing too. Yeah, the manner of ironing too. There are some fabrics that do not permit hot ironing, so it just depends. It's good that we do research. We know what kind of fabrics we're using and the way we're supposed to take care of them, because not all fabrics have the same way they're supposed to be taken care of. So what I'll say is know the fabric that you're wearing, or the fabric you want to take care of, and then you know how exactly to take care of it. It's very important to reduce textile waste, because at times when we just look at it, it's like it's nothing. But when we look at the damage that it causes in the environment, it's really much. Yeah, in the past we see that the men used to the fishermen, yeah, in Africa used to have a lot of fish from just fishing around the shore. But when these fabrics are dumped into water, we see that it blocks so much so that they cannot fish again like they used to do before. You need to go into deeper water to be able to fish. Meanwhile, the resources that we have in Africa cannot really permit that. Our cultures are different. Yeah, if you look at the kind of attires that we put on, they are very different. But if nowadays we see that those of the global south we tend to cherish what comes from the other parts of the world, so much so that we don't value our traditional African fabrics anymore. We prefer to wear maybe second-handed clothes from that are imported from other countries. I would say that the major cause of the pollution that we have from fabric, because they bring in very cheap clothes. We see that people rush, and that insatiable desire for clothes, they get a lot of it that they cannot take care of. Some of them are even worn out. When they are worn once or twice, they dump them, and that is how pollution continues. With my travel experience out there, I think that people from other countries actually do value our traditional African attire. So I visited Mauritius Island. Yeah, so we had this cultural evening where people had to display dresses from their different parts of the world, and I wore the Atogo attire, and everybody was like, "Wow." They were marveled at to see the beauty that the Atogo attire carries. Yeah, so I would say that each country has its culture. They have their way of dressing that is so beautiful and unique to them. Yeah. So what we have is, especially here in Cameroon. In Cameroon, we have diverse attires that are so beautiful that when we wear them out there, we see how the other people from other parts of the world get to admire that because of how unique they are. I have this love for the African fabric. That is what made me go into designing the African fabric. last year, 2023, yeah, I had to travel to Greece. When I started the visa procedures, it was so cumbersome. It wasn't easy at all. I had to, just to book an appointment with the French embassy, took me more than a month. And finally, after all that struggle with getting an appointment, I was refused the visa. I didn't have a visa to go to Greece. Why? I don't know. The only reason they gave me was they are not sure that I'm going to come back. Yeah, so we see they will see the problems that Africans in particular face when we want to get visas. And if we look at the people who went for that convening, we had people from America, from Europe, like I said. Those from America, those from Europe, they didn't face that problem. Those who faced the problems were leaders from Africa. I think 4 of us face that same issue. I felt so disappointed. I felt hurt because I couldn't place it. I couldn't see the reason why I was denied a visa. I had a document showing that I have a job here in Cameroon. I have a job in Cameroon. I run an NGO in Cameroon. I have a family, my kids. I had their birth certificates, everything. But they denied me the visa on the pretext that they're not sure that I will come back. If we want to wear our traditional attire as they should be, then only us Africans will be able to put them on. Yeah. But what we do in Divine Touch is that we call it traditional casual. So we try to we try to build up designs that can accommodate everyone. Yeah. And if you look at even the symbols that we design on our dresses. We try to design symbols that can go for everyone. So it's our little way of showing that the world is one. There are no restrictions. We try to show that unity through our brand.